Well, welcome back, fans. Glad that you could join us for our elimination game against Aruba. CBC All-Stars will be taking on the country of Aruba's All-Star team. The Aruba team finished undefeated in their pool, Pool C, and won their first round game. They will be taking on the CBC All-Stars today. Aruba, being the higher seeded team, will be the home team today. So the CBC All-Stars will be the visitors and will be batting first. Hope you look forward to the game. I believe all the dust clouds have cleared. We're in for another hot one. I believe the thermometer is supposed to hit 100 degrees here in the next hour. So just hang tight and get ready for a very exciting game. put anchors in the back, but there are no anchors in the front. No.
And there's that. This is an anchor here. Yeah, let me see what I can do.
Because the bag is here. I don't know if there's anchors in the bag.
There.
Is it in? Okay.
I don't know if it's in it, but it's turn the ground. They need to be bungee strapped to them. They need to be zip ties. I could do anything with zip ties. I'm excited. I did my redneck water park Thursday night.
So what is a redneck water park?
Trampoline, water hose, the sprinkler, zip tie, the hose, net side. Oh, I'm sorry. And the showers. The girls were loving it.
Did you put dishwashing soap on it? 'Cause that's
No,
real
I
bad
drew the
manners.
line.
That's real.
I was going to say, you might almost cross at the child pornography.
I drew the line.
That all the time. It's just our kids. It's just our kids.
No,
And they're fully clothed.
they wanted to, but Elena did it. Elena did it. And Alex didn't want to.
Evie, you're my sister. You know, Hazel's sister.
They just let it go. We learned our lesson. And somewhere they went through.
As you can see, our CBC All-Stars are ready to go for this game. Looks like they're showing some leather.
I put the next on that. Then we had ice cream and ice cream bars. And then 2 hours later, they did. They were asking for sprayed water for a first game. Warren said let's do a contest, and Tim goes. Doused him with water.
Well, I hope you folks at home are ready for an exciting game of baseball. Again, winner goes home. Winner advances, loser goes home. This is an all or nothing game. So CBC understands that, Aruba understands that. So you'll see their absolute best baseball left on the field today.
I put my mouth on that.
Just a reminder, today's live action is brought to you free. So please just endure the the unexpected and unknown commercials that will come up, and just hope that you enjoy what parts of the game are able to get through. But look forward to a great game. Just hope you guys back home are proud of these boys the same way we are. Win or lose, they've given their all this week. It's been some hard-fought games on their part. They bonded together well as a team. And looking forward to the things in their futures going forward. So we should be beginning our game here in about the next 5 minutes. So we're looking forward to a wonderful afternoon of baseball here in the balmy Midwest.
Mark, you want to get a chair out of my car?
Find my seat in my little shade staging area. See you guys later.
No,
For you fans there at home watching this warm-up, pay attention to the shortstop, number 1 for Aruba. Just in the process out here, he's playing around. I have watched him play throughout this week. He is a phenomenal baseball player in the defensive infield. I have not seen the young man bat, but his team has had some come from behind wins, so they are a very good team. I know you folks can't feel the breeze there at home, but we have a very strong, a very stiff wind blowing back in, so fly balls are going to be a little tricky today. So hopefully both teams will adjust and there will be very minimal errors in this elimination game. Coach Dowdy's thrown some warm-up pitches. Looks like he's about ready to go. We should be beginning this game here very shortly. Leading off has been for the tournament is number 8 Matthew Hartsfield for the CBC All-Stars. He'll be followed up by Braden Shores, and then batting third will be Casey Chambers. That's a shot hit, just foul down the right field line.
Is this track supposed to be a railroad track?
That's 4 pitches to Matthew Hartsfield. Oh, a hard shot, just foul down the left field line. So that's 5 pitches for Matthew Hartsfield. Those of you unfamiliar with the rules here, 6 pitches is all any batter gets, except for foul balls. That ball's hit sharply down the left field line. Left fielder fields the ball cleanly. Matthew Hartsfield stays at first. So the CBC All-Stars start the game off with a hit. Now up to bat, Braden Shores. Ball fouled back by Braden Shores. Runner on first, no outs for the CBC All-Stars. That ball fouled off. Matthew Hartsfield returns back to first. Another foul ball by Braden Shores. Hard hit shot to the first baseman. First baseman fields the ball cleanly. Not able to get back in time. Braden Shores is going to advance on the pass ball. So 1 out for the CBC All-Stars. Braden Shores advances to second. on the overthrown ball into the dugout. Kason Chambers is up to bat for the CBC All-Stars. Hard hit shot to left field. Left fielder fields the ball very cleanly. Braden Shores advances to third. Kason Chambers must stay at first. Well played defensive outfield for the Aruba team. So runners at the corners for the CBC All-Stars with Mr. Grayson Morris, who has been named to the All-Tournament team. Hits the shot to center field, tagging up at third to come home. Mr. Braden Shore scores. Advancing on the overthrow, Kason Chambers to second. RBI, sacrifice fly for Grayson Morris. Now to bat for the CBC All-Stars, Mr. Jackson Bunn. That's 5 pitches for Jackson Bunn. Stays alive with the foul. 2 outs, runner at second for the CBC All-Stars. Fouls that one off to stay alive again. Hard hit shot to the third base side. Oh, it gets past the third baseman. That's going to score Kason Chambers. Oh, it gets past the left fielder. Headed to second is Jackson Bunn. Two 2-0 CBC All-Stars at the top of the first. Now at bat, number 44, Brett Lipscomb. Runner on second is Jackson Bunn. Hard hit shot to the shortstop. Oh, shortstop boosts the ball. Rounded third is Jackson Bunn. Jackson Bunn's being waved home. It's going to be a coast play at the plate. And he's safe.
Baseball, this is baseball right here. Yeah. Where's CBC?
Chesterfield, Virginia. Just south of Richmond. So still 2 outs. Brett Lipscomb on second. Zevin Wilkinson at the plate. Hard hit shot up to the pitcher. The pitcher, they'll be safe. Oh, the ball gets by. There'll be another run scored. Four runs for the CBC All-Stars to lead off the top of the first, with Zevin Wilkinson's hit back up towards the middle. Zevin Wilkinson at first, now at the plate, number 1, Trey Wallace. Ball's popped up to the infield. Caught by the second baseman for the third out. CBC scores 4 runs in the top of the first. Folks, what you're watching is the making of what could have potentially been a World Series Finals game here in Mount Vernon, Illinois. Both of these teams, very excellent teams, just so happen to get paired against one another here in the elimination round. But both very excellent teams, as you've seen so far. Great fielding by the Aruba team, prevented many more runs from being scored. Good bats going on for the CBC team here to start this game.
Yeah, just sit there in the shade, buddy. Stay cool.
Hey, I'm gonna go over here, Jack. I'm gonna go back to our field because if we win the next game, we play the winner of the game's going on now. So.
What a dust bowl.
Yeah.
Whew. Although I don't want the breeze to stop.
No, the breeze feels pretty good compared to the last year.
Oh my God,
We actually had a little bit of rain. It hasn't rained through that, so it didn't hardly do anything.
Yeah.
So Friday, I really thought if we did it would be inside. It was Thursday, Friday. It didn't have any football storm.
Yeah, I guess the first that I've heard of a storm is potentially tonight. But that's late tonight, after probably during ceremonies.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Defensive lineup for CBC hasn't changed much since our first game. As a matter of fact, it is exactly the same as our first game. You have Trey Wallace at pitcher, you have Cason Chambers at third, Grayson Morris at short, Matthew Hartsfield at second, Jackson Bunn at first, Zevin Wilkinson in left, Braden Shores in center field, and holding down left field duties this afternoon is Mr. Brett Lipson. And behind the plate is Mr. Matthew Thompson. Ball hits, lands in front of Braden Shores. Runner on first for Aruba. Ball hit hard back up the middle. Braden Shores fields the ball cleanly, throws the second. Runners on first and second for this Aruba team. It's apparent both teams have come to play today, folks. Let's go take a good defensive effort today, folks. Ball hit hard again to the hole. Ball comes in. Folks, again, for those of you wondering what just transpired here in Illinois, they play by a rule that they draw a halfway line in the baseline, and with the baseline, the runner has to have advanced past that prior to the infielder calling time in order for them to be awarded the base. So, smart heads-up play by Matthew Hartsfield there to keep the runner at third. So bases loaded for Aruba, no outs. Ball hit back up the middle. We'll score 1 run. One run scores for Aruba. Base is still loaded, no outs. Hard hit ball to center field. Bounces in front of Braden Shores. Another run scores for Aruba. Base is still loaded. Another hard hit ball. It's going to be trouble. Ball gets past Braden Shores. 1 run scores. 2 run scores. Runner goes back to third. Still no outs for the Aruba team. 5th run standing on third.
Hey, supposed to be like Ibrahim.
Ball hit hard up center field, up the middle, safe at second. That plates the 5th run. So at the end of 1, CBC All-Stars 4, Aruba All-Stars 5. Get 4-5.
More like baseball. Huh? More like baseball.
I bet they scored 5 over there the first inning. They had scored, I think. Pretty tight.
Who are they playing?
To Eastern School. I can't remember what their name.
That field is Suffolk and Washington. Washington, PA.
Hello? Yeah, I'm watching this one and I'm going to be ready to run. He's a runner now. Did he call? Okay, he was supposed to call. $630. Okay.
Just leading off the game for the CBC All-Stars, Mr. Landon Treadway. followed by Matthew Thompson, then the top of the order starting with Matthew Hartsfield. Hard ball hit towards the shortstop. Overthrows. Landon goes to second base. He needs to go. He needs to get down. Landon Treadway at second base with no outs for the CBC All-Stars. Up to bat, Matthew Thompson. Hard hit shot by Matthew Thompson. Great play by the shortstop. Almost made that catch. Matthew Thompson stays at first. Runners on the corners for the CBC All-Stars. Back to the top of the order with Matthew Hartsfield. No outs for the CBC All-Stars. Runners on first and third. On third is Landon Treadway. On first, Matthew Thompson. At the plate, Matthew Hartsfield. These CBC All-Stars realize it's win or go home. One run scores, ties the game up by Landon Treadway. Out at second on the forced out Matthew Thompson, but a heady play going in, standing up to prevent the double play. So one down, Matthew Hartsfield on first, and at the plate, Braden Shores. The ball's a floater. What a great play by the shortstop. Safe at first on the quick get back by Matthew Hartsfield. Folks, I wish the camera would have caught all that action. What a phenomenal play by the shortstop at Aruba.
That's two plays.
That young man you might see somewhere else one day.
I told them kids they need to get his autograph. He make what to make it.
That was Casey Chambers with the pop-up to the shortstop for the third out. One run scored by CBC. They tie it up.
He almost picked a double play there a while ago after he got up off the ground. you guys located at?
Just south of Richmond.
South of Richmond.
Yeah, Richmond, Virginia.
Where's Suffolk at?
Suffolk's over on the eastern side, near Virginia Beach area, Hampton Road. That one appears the way it's wobbling. If it's one in it, it's not all the way down in the ground. This one they thought by hooking it into this, it was going to stack.
This field over here doesn't, and it about went over this morning.
My wrist was on that. It didn't move very good.
Looks like it all happened right at the same time we were on here.
Yeah, that goes on this one.
Wind's wreaking havoc when the tent's here set up, folks. It's a very blustery, very windy day.
This pin came out of this one. The pin came out of this one. I mean, it came out of this green one.
Hey, Shaw.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Put it up here.
That was in the white one.
Oh, well, is that it? I mean, there's a pin in that one.
No, this came out of the white one. She said it has
So one out for CBC All-Stars.
They've been blowing up.
Hard hit shot, foul. That has got to get a pin in it. So 2 outs.
No, he made me out.
Okay, so just 1 out.
Wow.
3 outs. 3 outs for CBC, no runs scored that inning for Aruba. So at the end of 2, it's tied, 5-5. But a huge defensive inning for CBC. They needed to do that. Well, I've gone and told them, so they're supposed to be coming to try to secure it a little bit better. Because
For sure.
I told them what was going on, and they said, well, is anybody sitting in it? I'm like, would that matter if the tent's going to blow over?
Well, I'm glad you didn't tell him just that guy from Mount Vernon Central. Then they really wouldn't have came and fixed it. They just left it. Oh, he'll be okay.
Well, I'm sure they've borrowed it, so I'm sure they don't want any harm to come from it.
It's Pepsi 10. You got a power switch for Pepsi. That's where
This is
There's not one of those left on the front. That bag said they got it wrapped up. One under it. No, there's not one there.
that corner there, I
Try to
think.
find it.
You're a good man, Mondo. I don't care what y'all said.
So up to bat for the CBC All-Stars, Mr. Grayson Morse. Hard shot back up the middle. Coach Dowdy has to dodge again for his life. Yeah, in mouth guard. He tried, he can't. It just throws him off.
You get the front page of paper again today, right? I hope so. I should have got a picture of that, right? Nobody believed me.
Up to bat, Mr. Jackson Bunn.
Yeah.
Ball hits the pitcher fields it, throws cleanly to first, gets him out. Jackson Bunn with the hard hit shot, played well. Runner advances to second with 1 out. Now up to bat for the CBC All-Stars, number 44, Mr. Brett Lipscomb.
We got 2 really good games going on. These are 2 good teams here.
Those two over there are pretty good too.
The CBC I really like. They do a good job of
What's the score on the other one? Did you get it?
Runner at second, Brett Lipscomb. Hard hit shot to third. Grayson Morris runs into the tag at third. Safe at first, Brett Lipscomb, 2 outs for the CBC All-Stars. That ball falls in. Zevin Wilkinson. Going to third is Brett Lipscomb. Runners will be at first and third. CBC needs to get at least one of these runs home this inning. Trey Wallace hits a ground ball. Shortstop, third baseman go to get it. Out at first, Trey Wallace. Good hustle down the first base line. Great throw by the infield at Aruba. Holds the CBC All-Stars scoreless in the top of the third.
Hey Wilson, it's taken me 20 years, but I finally found something to do. I finally found something you can do.
Speaking today? Speaking today?
Hi guys.
He finally saw things my way.
Oh, I see. I'm just gonna give you a little hit.
Bottom of the third, CBC All-Stars are tied with the Aruba team. Aruba team is up to bat in the bottom of the third. Hard hit ball back up the middle. Great defensive effort. Keeps the runner at first. One out. No outs for the Aruba team. That ball's hit hard. Coming in, make the play is Brett Lipscomb, keeps the runner at first. One out, CBC All-Stars. Aruba team has one out, CBC All-Stars with a great defensive play. Strong winds here, keep knocking the ball down. That was a tough play for Brett Lipscomb in left field. Casey Chambers makes the stop at third base, throws to second, unsuccessful on the force out. Runners on first and second with one out for the Aruba team. Ball foul back out of play. Hard hit ball. Matthew Hartsfield gets to first. Get the force play at second. Runners on first and third with two outs. Ball popped up. Caught by Matthew Hartsfield for the third out. CBC keeps the Aruba team off the board. Keeps the score tied 5-5 at the end of 3. Folks, I hope you're enjoying this well-played baseball game at home. Hope you're enjoying the spirit of competitiveness that's displayed by both of these great all-star teams. There's going to be no losers today, not from this game at all. One team may come out short on the score sheet, but both teams are winners with the play that they've exhibited so far, and I'm sure as the game gets closer, it will only tighten. Top of 4. So leading the CBC All-Stars off in this inning will be Landon Treadway, followed by Matthew Thompson, and then back at the top of the order for Matthew Hartsfield. Landon Treadway with a hard shot. Gets down. The Aruba outfielder makes an excellent play to keep the ball in front of him. Holds him to a single. CBC has a runner on first. Landon Treadway now at bat. Matthew Thompson.
effect's killing that team over there. 13-1.
Really?
Hard hit shot up to second base. Second baseman can't make the play. Matthew Thompson safe at first. Runners on first to second, no outs. Back to the top of the order for the CBC All-Stars. Matthew Hartsfield up to bat. Wynn takes care of that ball. Not able to be caught in foul territory. Matthew Hartsfield survives that foul tip. Runners still at first and second, no outs for Matthew Hartsfield. Hard hit shot through the pitcher's legs. That's going to bring home a run.
Oh, no.
Holding the runner at third. Keeps the bases loaded with no outs for the CBC All-Stars. Now up to bat for the CBC All-Stars with the bases loaded and no outs, Braden Shores. If you recall in our previous game, Braden Shores walked up for a similar situation and cleared the bases with a grand slam. Hard hit shot back up the middle. That's going to score 2 runs for the CBC All-Stars. And he's safe. Matthew Thompson scores the run. Runners continue to advance due to the lack of play. That scores 2 runs. Braden Shores with a big hit for the CBC All-Stars.
Come on, Jason. You got this, Jason.
Now batting for the CBC All-Stars with runners on second and third, Mr. Casey Chambers. Ball popped up to the third baseman for the first out of the inning. Now at bat for the CBC All-Stars, Mr. Grayson Morris. Runners on second and third, Braden Shores at second, Matthew Hartsfield at third, Grayson Morris, all-tournament team at plate. That ball's hit. That's going to be trouble. Foul ball not able to be caught due to the strong wind blowing the ball away from the infield. Oh, there you go. Hard hit shot to the shortstop. Shortstop not able to make a play. Great job by Braden Shores to distract the shortstop that allows Grayson Morris to get to first safely. Run scores for the CBC All-Stars. And now makes it 8-5 CBC. Now up to bat for the CBC All-Stars with runners on second and first. Mr. Jackson Bunn. Here at the 8U National Championship, defensive teams are allowed one defensive timeout per game. Aruba has decided to utilize that defensive timeout. Now about half of this CBC team that's playing were 7 last year, and they lost to Vernon at 5-4 by 1.
How far away?
Probably about an hour and a half.
Alright, CBC.
Our second All-Star team played them last weekend at High Point. By 1. I could never do that to a kid. Move them around during the inning.
There was a team earlier that did it.
Maybe we could all pitch
I heard the coach call time, but I thought he was going to do like they did. No, he just sit one out and told him, I feel like here he comes.
Yeah.
8-5.
8-5, top of 4. That ball's hit to right field. It's caught. Tagging and going to third. It's Brayton Shore, safe. Safe at second. Heads up base running by the CBC All-Stars. So 2 out for the CBC All-Stars. Brett Lipscomb up to bat. Runners on second and third. Braden Shores on second. Ball's popped up. Out of play. Oh, that ball's hit to third base. He's gonna have to hustle to get there. Yeah, but he ran into that third out. No. So that's 3 out. That was the third out for the CBC All-Stars. An unfortunate base running error there. 3 runs are plated at the top of that inning. Now makes the score 8-5 CBC. Having home half is hugely beneficial.
Yeah, Ruben
This,
that
yeah.
the other night.
We all watched the PA proved it last night to hope on us too. Yeah, it ended in 7 innings. Bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, one of the umpires was telling me about that.
Well, folks, I hope you're enjoying this thrilling game. Just a great display of athletic ability here. If you enjoyed his play in the field, here's the shortstop for Aruba up to bat.
Hey Tom, what's that shortstop's name? I have to remember his name.
I imagine we'll hear it again.
You notice he throws everything as a breaking ball? Watch the pitcher. Everything he throws is a breaking ball. Yep. That ball's hit deep down to the left field. That gets all the way to the fence. That's going to be trouble. And he scores the run. Home run for the Aruba shortstop.
And he keeps on playing.
Take 6 now.
Take 6 now.
The ball's hit sharply in between short and third. Stopped by Brett Lipscomb on that play. So Aruba has a runner on first with no outs. CBC leads 8-6. That ball's hit to second base. It could be a double play. They get the force at second, keeps the runner to first. 1 out for Aruba. CBC leads 8-6 in the bottom of the fourth. That ball's popped up to the infield. Casey Chambers is going to make a play. Oh, not quite able to get there. Good hustle by both the catcher and the third baseman on that play. Both unable to come up with the ball. Foul ball hit there. This young man's a pull hitter. That's 2 outs for the CBC All-Stars. Oh, really?
First game, did that first inning. Hit 3 times that time. 1 foul ball, 2 swing and misses.
So runner on first, 2 outs, CBC. Ball hit foul down the third base line. Casey Chambers with a diving attempt. Sorry folks for the dusty view. I'll try to clean the lens here in between innings. Oh, the ball's hit past Casey Chambers, thrown in by Brett Lipscomb. Runners hold at second and first, 2 outs. Just a reminder, folks, this is a winner go home game. Whichever team comes out on top today, they have been given all they could handle in this tournament, in this game today. Really benefit him throwing that breaking ball, that puts that rotation in the out. And it's 3 outs. CBC makes the play, holds the Aruba team to just that 1 solo shot. So at the end of 4, it is 8-6 CBC All-Stars.
Well, yes, they didn't show back up for their game. Dominican didn't show up for their game. They don't have tickets for way back either.
They don't have what?
Tickets to get back. Supposedly, but Steve then thought that was the way to get money from people to get extra money. But Steve said if you get a visa, you gotta show proof that you're flying back. So sounds like they want money.
Two boys from boxing match. Those 2 boys that fought, they fought in a boxing match.
Yeah, it's all boxing that. Yeah, getting called to Super 8.
Wilson, you charging for this or not? You just donate your time? Hey, he just made 20, didn't even have done. I try to get all I can.
They're playing 50 games, we're switching roads. I'm going to be out there all day.
CBC needs to put some runs on the board here to build a little bit more of a cushion. So leading the CBC All-Stars off at bat is Zevin Wilkinson. That's a hard hit shot to the third baseman. Third baseman fields it cleanly, throws over, has him out at first. Great play by the third baseman for Aruba. Ball's hit to left field, caught by the left fielder. 2 out for the CBC All-Stars. Coming up to bat for the CBC All-Stars, Mr. Landon Treadway. Oh, that shot's hit back to the pitcher. The pitcher fields it cleanly, throws over the first. 3 outs, up and down. 3 up, 3 down for the CBC All-Stars. So headed into the bottom of the 5th. CBC leads 8-6. Well, they just survived the meat of the order, so have the potential to keep it still tight.
That's normal.
Good old dust bowl. Stay outside. Stay outside. Keep setting up outside. Aruba batter gets on first. Just a soft hit ball, but you see what the wind does. That ball's hit. It could be a double play. So one out for the Aruba team. They get the force at second, the CBC All-Stars do. Runner on first for Aruba. Matthew Hartsfield catches the ball for the second out for the CBC All-Stars.
I heard that, Todd.
I know, I'm just telling you.
Yeah, you're tough.
Hard hit ball back up the middle. Braid Shores fields the ball cleanly. Runners on first and second for the Aruba team with 2 outs. That ball's hit hard down the right field line, but foul. Devin Wilkinson grabs the ball. Run scores. Runners on first and second for the Aruba team. That scores 1 run, makes the score 8-7 in the bottom of the 5th. With 2 outs. Ball's hit. Jackson Bond cleanly fields the ball. 3 outs. CBC maintains their lead 8-7 headed into the final inning. You help me with the rules in the 6th inning, as many runs as can be scored, correct? But both teams. For you folks back home, the 6th inning is one of those innings where the rules change just a little bit. CBC is not limited to 5 runs in the top of their inning. They can score as many until 3 outs are made. But in turn, the same goes for Aruba. Folks, I hope you're enjoying this pitching action here. You can see that this Aruba team are quite skilled baseball players. This young man here pitching from what would be a standard Pinto pitching mound distance, throwing strikes. Well, leading off the inning for the CBC All-Stars, it's number 12, Matthew Thompson, and it'll be back to the top of the order, starting with Matthew Hartsfield and then Braden Shores. Fouls that ball off. Hard hit ball back up the middle of the field. That's a base hit for Thompson. Have you figured out which one's my kid yet?
You know what, when you right there when you clap, that kind of went through my head. I thought that earlier.
Nobody out, runner on first for the CBC All-Stars. Thompson at first, Hartsfield at bat. Hard hit shot in between short and third base. Thompson gets to second and holds. In with a single there is Matthew Hartsfield. Bats are rolling for the CBC All-Stars here in the top of the 6th. Hard hit shot back up the middle. That's going to score Thompson as he rounds third. He's coming home. He's got to go back. Bases loaded. Bases loaded for Cason Chambers. That shot's hit to center field. Tagging on the play, coming home with a score, Matthew Thompson. Big run for the CBC All-Stars there. Runners on first and second, Braden Shores at first, Matthew Hartsfield at second. 1 out for the CBC All-Stars. Grayson Morris at the plate. Grayson Morris looking for his pitch to drive. Oh, and he crushes it just foul. Oh, that's a shot into the gap. Left fielder misplays the ball. That's going to score 2 runs probably. Coming home to score is Matthew Hartsfield. Safe is Brayton Shores. Grayson Morris to second. At bat for the CBC All-Stars, Jackson Bunn. Jackson Bunn hits this ball, shortstop fields the ball. Misplay. Oh, and they get Brayton Shores at home. Close play at home. Two outs. Great play at home. Runners on the corners, Jackson Bunn, Grayson Morris on third, Brett Lipscomb at the plate. Two outs for Brett Lipscomb. Brett's had a great tournament hitting the ball, looks to continue that trend. Now it's a hard hit shot, caught by that amazing shortstop for Aruba.
Hey, who's winning?
10-7.
10-7. They hit the ball. Those guys do. CBC.
Well, folks, this is what it all comes down to. Elimination game, winner take all, moves on to the next round of the tournament. Loser goes home. World Series is over. CBC leads 10-7, headed into the bottom of the 6th.
This last bat?
Yeah.
That's what happened to us there. Last thing,
That's the thing. You make an error when you misplay a fielder's choice, and next guy gets a double. Here we go.
Well, folks, it comes down to this. This strong Aruba team leads off with their home run hitting shortstop.
Shortstop hit.
Yeah.
You got a name on him?
If you recall, in the previous at-bat, this young man hit a home run, which was the last run, I believe, scored by the Aruba team. That ball's hit hard back to the pitcher, throws over to first, down for the out. 2 outs away for the CBC All-Stars from advancing in the tournament.
One down. 2 to go.
Don't tell them. Hard hit shot, back up the middle. Grayson Morris almost makes the play. Braden Shores fields the ball cleanly, holds the runner to a single. Aruba has one out, runner on first. Score is 10-7 CBC All-Stars. Fair ball hit down the third base line. Brett Lipscomb grabs the ball. They hold him to a single. Great defensive play to hold the batter to a single. One out for Aruba. Runners on first and second. Score is 10-7 CBC All-Stars. So a hard hit shot to the shortstop. Fields it cleanly, gets the force play. Attempts to turn. 2 outs for the CBC All-Stars. Runners at the corners for Aruba. Score is 10-7. Folks, I'm sure you're sitting on the edge of your seats just like I am. Throws to second. Third out. CBC All-Stars advance to play in the next round of the Little League, or the 8U World Series. Ten 7. Hey. What great sportsmanship you see here. This Aruba team, that was a hard, awesome game that they played. They should not have their heads down. They played a great game. It's great to be able to have them here at our World Series. What a phenomenal team that they brought here to play. Well, we sure hope that these folks return back, so that way they can continue to carry on the Aruba tradition. So proud of the game that these young men have played. So proud of our CBC All-Stars as well. I want you to see this right now. A show of international sportsmanship. All these two teams will come together as baseball brothers. What an amazing tournament this Aruba team has had. Probably one of the top teams in the tournament so far. It's just a shame this game had to take place in such an early round. Would have made for an excellent championship final today. But the CBC All-Stars come out on top by a score of 10-7. What a great game. I know you folks at home have been sitting on the edge of your seats, but what a hard-fought game by both teams. Both teams should be very, very proud. Folks, the reality is I don't believe we're going to go very far. My understanding is there is no turnaround time. We stay on the fields. We do not stay at this field. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for this broadcast. Stay right by your the system that you're looking at. Actually, if you'll stay tight, I'm going to go get the time from the official desk there, and I'll be right back to let you know when to tune in for our next game.
He seems like a pretty good little shortstop.
Well, he's watched two brothers right here. Yeah, that's a good place to be.
Okay, folks, what I'll do is sign off. There's a game that takes place here on this field, and that will determine who we play in the next game. So I'm not going to broadcast this game for you guys. What I'll do is go ahead and shut it down. But if you'll come back here in about an hour and 20 minutes, our game will be at 6:30. So we look forward to being able to share this game with you again in just a little while. We're going to go ahead and sign off, and we'll see you at 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Eastern Time.